Shalom, and welcome back to the True Heritage of Israel. I'm studying out of the Balance of YAH'S Law, the study guide, compiled information for the children of Israel, for their enlightenment of their heritage, their true heritage, to claim back their heritage. This next topic is called Empowering Yourself with Knowledge of Self. The empowerment of self derives from the history of self. Knowing your heritage gives you undisputed knowledge of our ancestry background that cannot distort the consciousness of your people's origin. This is the fundamental and basic foundation in which any group of people derives from or derives into a heritage passed down to all generations to strengthen its well-being through practice of repetition. This defines the roots and evolves it into a family tree of hereditary genetic material that strengthens the memory in the bloodline that carries the information of self to the following generations to come. Empowerment is a solid understanding of self in this context because it involves your specific history in which one has to realize that in order to empower yourself with this most important trait, which guarantees its individuality of each heritage. To empower yourself with lies that give false motive and conflicting awareness of self corrupts proper growth of its pureness, which as a result can only give false signals to the following family bloodline, unable to call up the true memories of self. Indeed, every nationality has this trait within its genetics. However, America has mingled the blood of many heritage. That is truly one of the major factors in which we are unable to fully understand the significance of our special heritage of the original Hebrew Israelites here in America and abroad, because of the forced lack of knowledge of our history and the assimilation of other heritages and the mingling of our blood with the Gentile genetics. True knowledge of self empowers us as the chosen people of the God of the Hebrews, which establishes us apart from all the nations on the earth. If you do not understand the validity that our heritage contains to the world and its well-being, your empowerment of self is dead and cannot promote the reflection and awareness of our history on earth from a sacred perspective. All knowledge is not good incentive to self-empowerment of your particular origin. Always remember that building blocks start with self, and then you spread abroad. Our heritage is the primary building block that all nations will soon be taught from, based on a godly perspective that will allow all nations the golden opportunity to be blessed through our heritage, which is why it is so important to learn, because it will soon lead the world into a peaceful age from Zion eternally. Deception is always contradictive or contradicts the story of truth. It's used to mislead intentionally and willingly with one thought in mind, to obstruct the truth, to keep the true understanding of truth hidden from those whom it would either benefit or non-benefit. Deception is power over thought and action in any proceeding, small or great. It's the ultimate weapon of behavior of all mankind through all walks of life. If you can convince one's mind to believe, you can control his or her movements through deception. To believe. Deception to believe, and you can control all their movements. To believe in what is the question. Example, religious convictions is the most powerful mind control on the face of the earth because it enhances the power to believe in something through action. Deception is a seed planted in the mind from man's law. But to believe in the truth according to YAH'S law is a gift free of the deceitfulness of man, because it's not corrupt with the thought to deceive, to believe, because YAH's free of deception. He is perfect in all his ways, and his words are pure from lies and theory. That's why the Hebrew text is most holy, because it's the direct word of Yah, the supreme being. Anything else would be unholy. So when you're reading any other so-called holy text that does not teach you the ways of Yah, God of Israel, someone has conspired to control your mind through deception to believe. A believer can only be sure of his or her faith through understanding what he or she has accepted as truth. If you don't understand, you are being controlled through lack of knowledge. If you ask your teacher a question that you need to understand and he or she tells you, just believe, it's because your teacher either does not comprehend or he or she does not want you to understand. When Yah made a promise to Abraham in Genesis 15:4-6, Yah made it quite understandable to him what he was going to do. That's why Abraham believed in Yah, and it was accounted to him for righteousness, because Abraham believed and knew that nothing was impossible for Yah to accomplish, because his word is the universal law. So it's very important to understand what you believe in, and why you believe. This is a challenge to any believer, to seek the truth in one's belief. To understand is the key to one's belief. The greater you understand, the more you believe. Or your belief is blind and useless, without substance and nature, lacking the basic fundamentals and personality of the understanding of being a true follower of Yah. To understand is to believe, and to believe is to understand. One cannot exist without the other, for both are one in perfect faith, which makes up a true believer to whatever you believe and represent as your confidence in faith. Example, you should be able to answer any question concerning your beliefs with complete understanding of what your convictions represent according to truth, based on fact. That exemplifies what you understand through your belief, and not just a blind follower guided by an ignorant leader under false pretense of paganism. Truth is not measured by the follower. The follower is measured by the truth. According to Exodus 19:5-6, Yah teaches us that to obey his voice will make us a peculiar people above all people, and anything outside of his teachings and commandments are unholy. According to Leviticus 19:1-2, we must be holy like Yah, so we must follow only his words, not man's. This is what separates us from all the nations upon the face of the earth, either Hebrew or non-Hebrew. This is how Yah's followers are measured, by truth, by the truth of Yah. So the next time you think about what you believe in, ask yourself, do you truly completely understand what you believe? If you don't, you are a blind follower. If you are not a true worshiper of Yah, according to his holy law only, any other teachings are unholy, and you have been deceived to believe a lie. Join me on my next session of the balance of Yah's law, the truth for the children of Israel, for your awakening. All praises to Yah. Shalom.